What's up, fellow Clashers? It's Apollyon here. The end of the war against Lucky777, who were not so lucky. One away from a perfect war. We probably could have gotten a perfect war, except that we just waited too long and a couple people didn't get their attacks in. Was definitely a nail biter. It was really, well, I'm going to say good match, but it wasn't. And let's just take a look at this. I mean, so, you know, we're getting ready to start the war, and all of a sudden, what do we see to begin with is we see this these attacks come in, right? Number 39 comes in, attacks our number 1. Is it a scout? Well, not really, because with 120 archers and only 4 of them are done, and then guess what? Well, we just quit, right? We're done there. Okay. So, not a disconnect, a quit. And then what else do we got? Well, right after that, there's another attack by same person, number 39. Is he doing a scouting attack? Or let's just see, on our number 2. Good scout with, oh look, 120 archers. Throw down 3 of them. And then what happens? Some giants with the clan castle. And yeah, I mean, we're going in and doing our thing here, and then we're all done, right? We're finished with this attack, and yeah, that's it. Just quits with 80 left. So yeah, and then what do we have that happens just about right after that? Is we have 2 hits by their number 2 on our number 1 and number 2. And let me see where that is. Why can't I find it? Ah, there we go. Right here, hit on our number 2. First hit, fresh hit, or I mean, with that awesome scout that they had done with the couple of archers. There we go, 3-star on our number 2. And then what happens right after that? Comes and hits our number 1, and amazingly gets a perfect hit on our number 1 too. Hey, the guy must be amazing to get a scout with 4 or 5 archers or 20 archers and then be able to know where everything is. So yeah, whatever. So, you know, the way we deal with it is we just get almost either perfect or almost perfect wars. So we're going to go in here. I wish I could say, you know, good job to these guys, but it's kind of disappointing when you have to do that kind of thing. So anyway, you know, they had trouble with some of our mid Town Hall 9s and a couple Town Hall 8s. It was apparent that not all of them were doing what some of the other ones were doing, but you know, whatever, we won, and we're really happy about that. Everybody came in really well. Like I said, we could have. We actually threw 2 on the left, 2 attacks on the board, and they were high level attacks. They were our Town Hall 9s. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of them. They're going to have some really good attacks here. They had internet bases. Some of them I think were anti-3s, but they did have Town Hall 10s, but they weren't really Town Hall 10s. They were Town Hall 9s, Town Hall 10s and Town Hall 9. No, Town Hall 9s and Town Hall 10 clothing. We're going to have Choppa here that's going to go ahead and do a Queen Walk and a Laloon. So brings, you know, the 4 healers and the Queen. And he's going to start, I think he's going to do a Queen Rush. He's not going to do a Queen Walk. I think he's getting right in there. He doesn't even have any wall breakers that I can see. So he has to rage up there because a lot of point defenses. Also, just as a side note, don't put your expos to ground or else Choppa will come and crush you with a Laloon. So, you know, I guess it's okay with a Queen Walk that you do that so that you know, you try to negate a Queen Walk, but it didn't happen that way either, and just made the Laloon so much simpler. So going to do a little bit of funneling there, but it doesn't really go anywhere. You will go ahead and start to take out this Lava Hound bursts it, and I think he throws in a couple, yeah, just a couple minions to clean up those Lava Hounds. Make sure the queen doesn't get too low and has to use her ability, and that's a good thing. So we'll go ahead and, you know what, I guess I'm wrong. I guess he does a queen walk. So it's walking around the bases, no wall breakers to get in. So that's fine. As soon as it gets to the second air defense, he knows that the queen is going to get it. So he'll go ahead and send his Lava Hound, which is great. Sends 2 Lava Hounds in there, and just enough to get the aggro and grab all those traps, and then they reroute and you know, allows those tanking for those loons to be able to get past that wizard tower. Uses you know, some hastes in there, and is run out of spells. But he only has 1 air defense left after this one goes down right here. Lava Hounds are bursting. Has 1 more Lava Hound there tanking, and sends those loons from behind. They will go ahead and crush as all the other defenses are on the Lava Hound. It does pop. He gets the loons do not get the air defense, and I think they reroute to that cannon, and they won't make it to that air defense. That air defense is way too tough to take it. So they'll go ahead and take out this air defense, but they won't be able to take out the Teslas. Expo is no big deal because it is pointed to the ground, but those Teslas are tough. They do eat a giant bomb, or not a giant bomb, the air giant bomb, the Black Seeking Mine. So there's a Tesla and an Expo, but guess what? He has an Archer Queen with an ability, and that's going to be absolutely no problem for him to get through that wall and to get that. So great hit on number 1. We did a good job of scouting. We actually really scouted, so not the, you know, fake scouting that was done against us. So we had some good Town Hall 8s hit up and, you know, find out where all the traps were, like where the pathing or all that kind of stuff. So it was really good. Just to give you an idea of what the base is, we got 90%, 88%, and a couple other high percent 2 stars. But, you know, again, another Town Hall 10, Town Hall 9, and Town Hall 10 clothing. You know, max Town Hall 9 with a couple of the other defenses that were put there, and I think a couple of low-level Town Hall 10s, well, you know, new defenses for Town Hall 10. All right, let's go to number 3. I'm going to try to show as many as I can. I'm trying to get my videos a little briefer. I don't know if you guys like to see them or not, but I'm going to do a GoVaHo and crushes this base with a quad quake and a shattered entry. That entrance is wide open now. You know, it's a common internet base. I've seen this a million times. When you see it, this is how you completely crush it. Bring in a GoVaHo. The cool thing about this is he brings a rage and 2 heals, but they're strictly for the kill squad. They are not for those hogs at all. These hogs are going in on their own. It has a Lava Hound there that queen is going to have to take care of, as well as the wizards, as those Valkyries and king are going to have nothing to do with it. They do aggro on the king and enemy queen and take them out in a couple swipes. Lava Hound busts as those Valkyries are on crack. They are raged up and they're going through, and he will go ahead and use that last and final heal. He's already used 1 on the kill squad, and he'll go ahead and heal them up in the core here where all those double giant bombs are, and the quad Teslas, max quad Teslas, and they will go ahead and chew through these as well. Going to, you know, trigger those double giant bombs. And at this point, I mean, he's got 17 hogs, but they have no heals left, so they cannot, you know, lose into spring traps or anything like that. They got to make it through this whole thing. Now, the double giant bomb sets, both of them have been triggered, so he does not have to worry about those at all, but they do have to push through some of these defenses. That kill squad is completely done, except for the queen and maybe a Golemite or something like that, and I don't think there's any more Valkyries left, but I could be wrong. So it gets enough hogs, pushes through, very nice, you know, way to go. It's just very good timing, great hit, Lang. So very, very cool. I like to see that. Number 4, so we're going to see Lang Bang hit this again, so he gets a 6-star war. He loves that quad quake. We're going to do another quad quake, but I think this is the max attack. I'm pretty sure if it's not the max attack, it's at least a variation of it where you use the quad quake and you bring 2 or 3 hounds and do your thing. So he sends a shattered entry here, and you know, he needs to get that queen. He needs to get those 2 air defenses, and you know, then he can go ahead, and he has very few spells for the hounds and the loons as he rages up his kill squad there. They're going to make it through partway the core. The wizards come in and bam, knock that first air defense out. That queen is doing damage. She's in rage as well, and now locks onto that Lava Hound, pops it, and we're just about finished with that last air defense. There we go. That king is on top of it, and bam, it goes down. So he can send those 2 Lava Hounds up, followed right behind it with loons, soaking up those traps. He only has 1 rage left and 2 of the hastes, but they're going to be able to get to that air defense right here, and then he can go ahead and send that second or that last hound in there, and that will go ahead and tank for some more. And he's used his haste. Those loons are gone now, so they're not making it there. They're going super slow. That air defense is finally hit by that loon, and now we only have to worry about that 1 Tesla, and 5 or 6 balloons will take care of that. So tons of lava pups. That awesome barbarian on the corner, both barbarians on the corner, and the queen was still up, so crushes that base. Great war from Lang on here. Number 5, yeah, E-Ball hitting all the way up from that number 16 spot, using a GoHo with 1 poison for the clan castle. So we'll go ahead and check this out. I think it's a shattered. No, it looks like it's going to be a stoned. So he's going to bring 3 golems in here. 1 is held back a little bit. Those wall breakers go in. Wizards are doing the funneling. Queen is doing the funneling. Wall breakers are doing the funneling. Everybody, I'm doing the funneling. And sends that last golem in. Very nice timing, and it needs to send that king in right now. Queen will go ahead and aggro on the Lava Hound, and the king is sent in there as well. That wizard just gets that far building from stop the king from walking. He will aggro on the enemy king, smack her down, and it's all over. Lava Hound does pop, and he has 21 hogs with 3 heals. We know where the giant bombs are because this base, every single one of our Town Hall 9 bases have been scouted, except for mine because I didn't really need it. So he sends those hogs in there, just a horrible double giant bomb there because there's nothing to pull where that queen arch altar was. So he trips one of the double giant bomb sets. That's 1, but doesn't have to even trip the other one. And the hogs are making their way through. Queen is still up with the ability and has 3 more hogs still to deploy, has 2 more heals left over. So sends those other hogs in, still has the 3 left, drops a poison, very nice to hold that poison back and for those skellies, and then drops those final 3 in there. I think he was trying to negate that double giant bomb spot, which did not happen. They actually will start pathing over there and hit both double giant bombs. That one is not as bad as the mirror giant bomb spot. So they'll go ahead and take care of this. Standing in heals, we'll take care of that last cannon, then we'll do cleanup. Has a bunch of cleanup to do. Has the hogs on the bottom, has the queen and the wizard on top, and that pesky builder hut on each of those corners with a wizard still left to drop. That finally drops it there, and it needs to play catch up. Hey, wait up, guys. I want to hit them too. Okay, so they'll get in there, go after that final builder hut, and then get the 3 stars with a non-swag poison usage. All right, so take a look at that base, because what we're going to do is we're going to see the exact same base, which you guys should never do, is do duplicate bases. Same exact base, just a little bit lower walls. I think this is a max defense Town Hall 9 as well, except for the expos, if I'm not mistaken, just looking after it right now. So it's the same thing. So he's going to do a penta here. We haven't seen a penta in a while. Well, it's not very common. I think we saw it a couple wars ago, or last war. So barely squeaks it by here. Needs to funnel that a little bit better. Needs to drop that king in there a little bit quicker so that those wizards can drop in and do the funneling instead of just being taken. That king is going to keep doing a king walk. And that queen finally kind of hones in on these defenses here. The king goes out. Minion should have been dropped a lot earlier too. And finally we'll get that defense down, get aggro, but she'll get aggro on the queen, and that's all that she needs to do. It uses her ability. It works out absolutely perfect. You don't want your queen living through this, and I'll tell you why. Look at that clan castle. We know what's in it. We've scouted this base. It is a lava hound. This clan castle will never be popped. That lava hound will die a horrible, horrible, horrible death. being crushed inside that clan castle. Deploys 4 of his lava hounds, 2 on each of the air defenses, followed up a little slowly by the loons. Needs to follow those drops of the lava hounds right after, or the loons right after they drops those lava hounds, but still crushing the base. I think the expos are pointed down, which again, don't do that. Makes it so much easier for somebody to Laloon your base, or Pentaloon your base, or some kind of loon your base, or air your base. So finally takes out that. There is 1 more air defense left, tons of lava pups, and I think he has 2 hounds up. One gets popped immediately by that Seeking Mine, and I don't know if the other one even gets popped. Maybe, yeah, there we go. Okay, so about a bazillion lava pups. It's hard to have more lava pups than that. These loons are going around. They just need to take out that mortar and then the Tesla. And yeah, it's all over. And if you check it out, here we go. There's the clan castle. Boom, done. That lava hound never got a chance to see the light. So, I mean, just perfect way to do that. And we have Pentaloon, the same base. So now you've seen the GoHo on it and a Pentaloon on it. So take your choice and do whatever you want to be able to crush that. All right, number 10. We're going to go ahead and go back a little bit. Supa gets a 6-star war, very nicely done. And we're going to go ahead and GoVaHo this base. So drops, I think, is it Shattered or is it just a Cold-Blooded? I think Cold-Blooded. Okay, just 1 Golem in there with Quad Quake, 2 heals, and 1 Rage. So, and take a look too, you know, level 2 Valks. So, you know, you don't have to have max troops to take out an almost max base, or at least a decent. This is a semi. It's the archer towers are not max. They're Town Hall 8 max, but the cannons are. So that's a big deal, at least for ground troops. So you don't have to have max troops to take out a semi-max base or a medium strength base. So drops those Valkyries in after the Quad Quake. They are going crazy, have been raged up, also under heal. They're going to get hit by those lava pups, but that's fine. Same with the Hogs. Kill Squad's still making it through the base, and they've already taken out the Archer Queen, the enemy Archer Queen, but are now coming under rapid fire under these pups. That Queen will go ahead and start taking. Unfortunately, she's got the aggro of an Expo, so she's going to have to use her ability in just a second to get rid of that aggro, and they'll focus on the Hogs now that are making their way around the base. That last heal has been used, and they've got to push through all the way. There's only a couple more Hogs that have been deployed there, and they got to make it through that Expo, which is finally down by the Queen, and the Tesla, and now that air defense or that sweeper. So the enemy king is doing some damage. The Hogs, again, just their AI is the worst AI on the planet as far as that goes, but they do finally take out the king. We are in cleanup mode. Boom. Queen eats the giant bomb for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but still lives to get some more. So great job. So that base, number 10, going to do the same thing. Going to look at number 13 because it's the same base. So Brando is able to Laloon that base. So you've seen him do a cold-blooded GoVaHo. Now we're going to see Go Laloon. So uses a Shattered entry here, brings 2 golems, needs to get into this base, needs to take out those 2 air defenses, one at the 9 o'clock and one at the 6 o'clock positions, and needs to get rid of those in order, and as well as the enemy Queen, in order to make this successful. So Queen goes in there, everything gets raged up, uses a jump spell to get in there. King will aggro on that Queen, smack her down in just a second, right there, boom, along with the wizards. And finally, they do get a chance to take out that Lava Hound. Now it's clean up on the pups. And Queen is kind of running around doing that kind of stuff. The King does get that first air defense and starts rerouting back because there's only for him to jump into that clan castle spot. Queen jumped, she's she's locked on to that air defense. Boom, there it goes down. Now we can start the Lava Hound or Laloon part of the rage. Drops that Hound right, and the balloons right after it, soaking up some of those traps. Drops the second Hound, grabs that Black Seeking Mine, and those loons are coming into it. has 7 more loons left over, rages those loons up, knows he needs to get that air defense down, boom, it goes down. As soon as that goes down, can send the other hound in there. So he's got 2 full hounds up, now one with half of energy, the other with full, and deploys almost the rest of his loons, but not quite. And they're making their way around the base. Still has another haste left over, and then after this one is dropped, so he's going to be able to crush this base pretty easily. Does some really bad pathing, not his fault. Those loons, like a million loons there, are pathing completely the wrong way. That Lava Hound and the pubs decide to take care of it themselves. And yeah, they do soak up one of the black seeking mines. I think he just, I mean, you can't even see how much, I think if there's a breath on him, or on it, the Lava Hound, it will pop. There we go. There's the breath. So perfect. Now he's got free lava pups to go ahead and take that the rest of the base out. So that with the loons, the cleanup is going to be no problem for him. So way to hit those bases, Brando and Supa. You know, same base, different styles. Love to see that. Really like allows me to, you know, work on different style of attacks and see, well, what if I use this? And I do that all the time. And you'll hear people will always say, yeah, you know, I could have hit this with this. Yeah, you can, and you can see it. You can do that. You can hit it with multiple attacks. Just depends how you come in. All right. I think my second favorite attack of this war, I think the #1 was my favorite of Choppa's doing the ace-queen walk with the Laloon. But Danker doing this, I mean, it's not that this is a very tough base. It is a kind of anti-3. It's just the way you go in and deploy your troops. One of the best attackers I've seen as far as negating a clan castle, or especially a Laloon or a hound clan castle, without doing one of the healer tricks or something. So sends you know, his king and his golem and hogs to back it up with a jump to take out that queen, and sends tons of hogs. I mean, might as well, while the kill squad is soaking up all that defense, uses a second jump to get into that core and keep pushing forward, so the hogs are taking up all the defenses that these kill squad are soaking up. So it's just perfect. Watch this. I mean, it's just really, really cool. You're going to see the hogs. They'll go ahead and trip these giant bomb sets one by one. There you go. Only 4 there to trip that, and then just check this. Like how there's a single hog that trips double giant bomb set. And now he has plenty of other hogs that he can send in with 2 more heals on the back end. I mean, he lost 5 hogs and tripped 2 giant bomb sets. Can't do any better than that, except 1 for 2 trade there. I mean, that's the only better you can do. So, I mean, it's about maximizing your troops, you know, and his kill squad's still pushing through here because those hogs did so much damage and cleanup on the way that, you know, and look at the queen. The queen is finally dropped for cleanup. He does not want that Lava Hound to pop. He's got P.E.K.K.A.s in there. Drops the P.E.K.K.A.s, you know, as part of the kill squad, and needs to, you know, they're just completely getting a little hound bath there. It's a tickle for them as far as what the hound does. I think it does 14 damage per second, so that's nothing to a P.E.K.K.A. So, you know, this hound will go on and completely just tickle the P.E.K.K.A.s, and no, it sounds kinky, but you know, and the queen will finally meet up with them, and we're all done. So that he did not waste any swags, poison, and 2 heals. Didn't have to waste any units on that clan castle whatsoever. Didn't have to do a healer archer trick. Didn't have to you know, waste the time to pop the pups and go through that. Waste any spells of rage. Just great. I mean, I've watched that so many times that I can kind of emulate it and duplicate that attack. Very, very nice. So I hate to follow it up with that. We had some great attacks, but I don't want to go much longer. Since it is my channel, I get to put my attack on there. I did not have a scout here, but fortunately I hit this base just a war ago or a couple wars ago, so I pretty much knew where all the giant bombs were. I'll use a double poison here, and I was going to only use 1, but and save the other for a skelly trap, which I kind of probably should have done, but kind of probably. I should have really done that, but I'll send a stoned entrance in here, stoned with 2 golems initially, and make that funnel, then drop that max golem and the wall breakers, king and queen, right behind it. I have a jump and 3 heals, 3 heals for my hogs, jump just to make sure that they get a little bit further in the base into the core without having to bang on walls. So I like I mean, these walls are very low level walls, but you know, I like to practice it for max walls or something too. It's the same thing. Then I'll send the same thing, you know, some hogs in there to go ahead and take it out, 2-for-1s or, you know, 3-for-1s while they're focused on that kill squad, and you know, make their way through the base. I'll just keep doing a surgical. I don't want to send too many hogs into one spot, as you'll see. Want to kind of time it so that you know, not every single one of my hogs, there we go, is only like 3 of them were, you know, going into those defenses, so that I didn't really get hit with the massive amount of my hogs, and still have 2 more heals left over. My kill squad is pretty much done. There is a golem, full golem, that max golem is up, and that queen has to use her ability because it's being targeted by the Tesla. Hogs are making their way through, but they are running a little bit thin. If it wasn't because of those skelly traps, I would have probably made it through the rest of the base with my hogs, but those skelly traps really do damage. If you can, keep the extra poison and let it go ahead, and I could have gotten rid of these skellies. Look at, nothing is hitting these hogs except for my skelly traps. That's the only thing that's hitting these hogs, and they're taking them down to almost no energy, so, or no hit points. So I do lose some traps, but I would have had quite a few left. But anyway, this golem is going to be a hero golem. Queen is moving through, shoots that last Tesla. The only thing that's weird is, watch what she does here. She shoots to the wall, and she doesn't go for the Tesla. She goes for the farther away. I guess it's just, you know, where the distance is compared to where the actual Tesla base is. But she goes after the dark elixir storage instead of the Tesla. It's okay. That golem is tanking. It finally goes down just in time. Very, very, very close. But like I always say, archer queens make that overpowered. And we're going to go ahead and look at one more and check Fury out, again at a lower level, Town Hall 9 or 8.5. And he's going to use the healer trick. We haven't shown that in quite a little bit of time. Every single one of these clan castles had a hound in it. It was just, I mean, hounds are very good. Just, you know, don't put a hound in every clan castle. It just makes it so much simpler to deal with for an attacker. Mix things up a little bit. As you'll see right here, that clan castle did absolutely nothing. He drops 2 archers and then a healer, and that's it for the rest of the raid. So we're done with that. That's completely taken out with a 16 unit base composition to take care of that clan castle. And we'll drop a shattered entry here with a max golem. So that wall breaker does get off before that giant bomb actually explodes. So that's cool. Drops the king and queen behind. Everything's rerouted in there. We'll go ahead and speed things up. Tries to get a 1-for-1 trade, but didn't notice the sweeper in there. Sweepers make things difficult for loons. Drops a jump in there to get through to that core, and starts deploying the hogs. Now this base is, they've done them a really big favor, is they put everything together. There's no spring traps, there's no giant bombs, there's nothing. As you can see, you dropped a tripped giant bomb on the entrance there, but there is no double giant bombs or giant bomb spots. Same thing with the bottom here. There's nowhere for any bombs or anything to do. So all you got to do is heal that center spot, and you know, have those hogs push through towards the core. And he's going to have 1 billion hogs left over. So or 1,000,000,001. I don't know. Has extra heal, which obviously can be used right here in that core of defenses. Those skelly traps are all gone with that poison, and he has tons of hogs left over. That hound is still being punished. They do hit a giant bomb on the edge there, which could have been pretty bad if he didn't have that last heal to heal them up to full. But yep. So we'll say goodbye to the Lava Hound. We'll say goodbye to Lucky777, and yeah, I mean, let's be fair play. Let's do that and see how things go. But great job to all of Rising. Way to go. Way to step up your game, and you know, bring it. Everybody was organized. Everybody was focused, and we don't appreciate playing unfairly. So that's kind of how we'll repay those clans that do that. So anyway, you know, hopefully you were able to take these different types of attacks on the same bases, you know, the compositions, the deployments, and, you know, go practice them, get your 6-star wars, and practice those 3-star attacks. I will also be putting out a Town Hall 8 video for those of you that don't want to see the basis hit there too.